How we all doing today? So this is going to be the start of a little series I'm going to call 2 Integras, 1 Build. So as you can see, there's what's left of 1 Integra, and there's only 1 Integra here right now. We'll get to the other Integra in a minute. So let me spin you guys around here. So this series I'm calling 2 Integras, 1 Build because right now, over the summer I bought a 1999 Acura Integra. It's a GS model, bone stock, all the way down to the head unit. It's got a stock airbox, stock exhaust. It's never been messed with, and I picked it up for $600. The car's not rotted. The body's fairly straight. I mean, I have everything down to the delivery date of the car. The only problem with it is it's automatic. The body needed a little work, so that's where the Integra behind me comes into play. Let me spin you guys around again. This car here is a 1998 Acura Integra. It's an LS model. I picked it up for $350. It was a complete car. Ran and drove onto my trailer, and I bought it because it's a manual. Was a manual. As you can see, I've been parting it out. I literally just got word the scrapyard's on their way here to pick the car up. It's going. The wheels I got to pull off still. But I picked this thing up for $350, mainly for the transmission. As you can see, the car got hit in the rear, and a deer ran into the side of the quarter panel. So this thing was not worth saving. So my original idea was that I was going to buy a parts car and make my Integra the Integra I want. Kind of do like an OE style resto mod, I guess you could say. Mainly OEM, pretty stock. The car's actually never been modified, so I kind of wanted to keep it like that. Kind of dress it up like a GSR, maybe a Type R. But then I got kind of thinking about it, and for the cost of body work, everything like that, it was just going to add up. So I got thinking, and this is where the build comes into play. Spin you around one more time. Bam. So this is a 1996 Honda Civic Cx. I picked it up a couple weeks ago. The reason it's still on my trailer is the battery's dead, so I just haven't had time to get it off the trailer. It's a Texas car, so up here in New York, that's nice because you have wheel arches. It's got a little bit of just some little bit of rust right there, and a little bit right there, and a little bit right there. But other than that, the car's pretty straight. It's kind of the way I like buying these cars. I like buying these cars stock. I've kind of learned throughout my life that when you buy a car that's been modified, you're dealing with someone else's work. A car that's been stock, it's nice. It hasn't been messed with. It's been maintained. I ran the Carfax on this thing. It's had quite the life. It was in Texas for a little while. It went to Maryland, and then it made its way up here to the capital region in New York. Show you the interior here. Make sure I don't scratch my trailer. Other than the little rip, which we have a fix for that, the interior is pretty clean. I want to get new A-pillars because I'm not about the tweeter life. We're going to delete the radio. But other than that, it's a clean stock little Civic. So the reason I'm calling this 2 Integras, 1 Build. The Integra behind me is the parts donor. We're parting that car out. I'm going to do in another video, I'm going to break it down how much money I've made off the car, and what I have left. I still have the hood left to sell. Don't mind my impact. The motor left to sell. The door panels, one good fender that was on it. The bumper, because my car's silver, I'm going to probably put this bumper on because my bumper's a little so I'll probably put my bumper on there. We're going to do the Integra swap seats in the Civic. And this is kind of my plan. So beginning of the year, I had an EG 92, I think it was, EG DX, and I kind of found a deal on a motor, and I picked it up, and I've had it since like February. And the plan was to have this as kind of a backup motor, and it's panned out because now we're going to end up doing this build. So going back to the whole thing, 2 Integras, 1 build. The Integra part car we got the manual parts from. The other Integra we're going to clean up. I'm going to sell. The proceeds from that car are going to go towards building the Civic, and we're going to do this. 76,000 mile B18B. Transmission from the parts car, 145,000 miles. Still have the shift linkages, don't mind the VR6 tranny. So my idea is a real low buck, clean, simple, track-inspired, dailyable Civic. You could call it a Type R clone, whatever you want to call it. I do want to do Type R mirrors on the car. I wish I had more time and space so I could pull the rear discs off the Integra, but that's something we can do down the road. I just want to do a real clean, simple build. Clean the engine bay up. We're not going to repaint the car. The paint on the car, I think I'm going to have my buddy Justin or someone try to buff it, see if we can save it. If we can, great. If not, the car's, at the end of the day, I want the car to be a daily, to keep miles off my truck and just kind of be a decent little car. So when we get the other Integra back, my little sister's borrowing it right now. Her Jeep just blew the rear end, so my little sister's borrowing the Integra. Once I get the Integra back, we're going to go through it, clean it up, and get it ready to put on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, and hopefully be able to sell that. I'm $10 away from breaking even on the parts car. My hope is to use some of the money from selling the motor, some of the other little parts we got to sell, the wheels and tires, and put some of that money back into the Civic. But at the end of the day, I'm hoping money from the Integra. We should, at buying the car for $600 and doing a couple little repairs I've had to do, I'm like $1,000 in the car. A 99,000 mile Integra is, in my eyes, worth more than $1,000. So we should be able to make a little bit of money and put some money into this build. If you guys like what we're doing here, please give a like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. We're going to be getting going on this. And in the next video I'm going to be doing, we're going to be talking about my pride and joy. Thanks, guys.